welcome
friends.
to Pick Your Poison. And this is our first episode. Oh my god, yay, hi. Okay, cut the bullshit. We're gonna get right to it. And this week's topic.
Introduction.
It's
We've forgotten, it's COVID, we've forgotten how to do this. My name is Palak.
I'm Ari.
Hey.
And this week we're gonna be going right into true crime.
True crime, yep.
And Miss Palak over here has brought you a story.
A very sad, tragic.
We are starting off strong.
Very strong. And it's only gonna
So
get
disclaimer to those watching.
more poisonous. Okay, anyways. So I decided that I wanted to pick Judith Barsi. She was a child actress. She was pretty popular. You might have seen a couple of her movies, The Land Before Time.
And those of you who don't know this, it was in the 80s. Just putting a timestamp. The good old 80s. They weren't that great.
Oh, the good old 80s.
Yes.
So she was born 6th of June, 1978. She was an only child to her parents, Jozsef Barsi and Maria Barsi. I will refer to Joseph as Joe because that's what he was also referred to. And from a young age, she started her little Hollywood career. She got picked by accident. She went ice skating one day. She was this little cute girl, and a commercial was being filmed, and so these guys scouted her out and then decided to hire her.
I went ice skating yesterday. I didn't get no scouting happening to me.
Dude. Every time we walk in the mall, we're just like,
scout me.
Didn't happen.
No.
So just a little background on her career. She was a commercial actress, and according to her agent, Ruth Hansen, remember her, she's pretty crucial with all this stuff.
Ruthie, good old Ruthie.
Good old Ruthie.
Mm-hmm.
She was, she stated that Judith was much younger than she looked. Well, she was much older than she looked. She was 10, playing the roles of a 7-year-old, 8-year-old. She stood at an astounding height of 3 foot 8 inches when she was 10.
That's little.
10.
Little.
Very
little.
I'm short as heck. Thank God you can't tell right now. And I was not even that short, like it blows my mind. So, and another cool thing, well, weird, she went to UCLA to get little injections to spur her growth. Yeah,
the fact that UCLA, like a reputed corporate, it's not even a corporation, what is it, like a place, I'm just going to go with place because I can't think of words, allowed that?
I would not want UCLA putting anything in my body.
No, you're supposed to trust places like UCLA to not do things like that to you already. Like, and they're doing it to somebody who's famous. 80s was a weird time. We think that people progressed in the 80s, but they really didn't. We just jumped from serial killers in the 70s serial killers, to inject little kids in the 80s.
Yeah.
That comes out really
we all love COVID
but that's
now,
what they did.
In comparison, COVID sounds pretty good to me.
No, a lot of people died with COVID. We're going to go.
Never mind.
Okay, next.
Sorry. So she appeared in 72 different commercials. She was both on television and on film. So she's done Jaws, The Revenge, pretty popular. She was also in Fatal Vision. She was on TV shows like Growing Pains. So she had a really good thing going for her. She earned $100,000, which got her a 3-bedroom house. What?
Buddy, at age 10...
I barely knew how to...
I didn't even know how to
drink
eat
water.
What? Still figuring that one out. Was still literally figuring that one out.
I spill a lot of water. What can I say? So her agent was a child performance agent for 25 years, and she described Judith as a very bubbly, happy little girl. Yeah. But as she filmed one of her last movies, which was Jozsef Revenge, her mood changed very, very significantly. This is a really horrifying incident. Every time I think about it, it disturbs me. But her father was really upset that she went from LA to, I think she went to some tropical location to film Jaws. I'm forgetting the exact location, but she had to go to film. Her dad was super mad, but he refused a plane ticket to go see her. Anyways.
I love that that's what disturbs you and not the fact that the kid was pulling out her own lashes.
That's So
she was pulling out like her own lashes
and the cat's whiskers. What the heck did the cat do?
That's how you create
Poor
psychopaths.
child. Poor child. Anyways, so her dad reminded her of an incident that had happened before she went to film. He pulled out a knife to her and was like, this is a direct quote by a relative, by the way, "If you decide not to come back, I will cut your throat."
Imagine your own father saying that to you. Palak,
I would cry.
if you don't come home by 8, I shall slice your throat.
Yeah, I'm never leaving the house. Oh, no, I'm never coming back home.
You're never coming back home.
I'm never coming back home.
Because once you're home, you're never going out. Because you did.
Yeah. God. So just a
She's
little...
like 10.
10. 10 is too precious for the world. A little background on the family. Both the parents are from Hungary. Hungary? I'm so hungry.
Palak's just hungry.
I'm hungry. They're from Hungary. Is that, yes?
Hungary, yes.
They both escaped the Soviets at the time, and they moved to America, and they had Barsi, their only child. They were both married before, by the way, but that's not relevant. Sorry. So the threats were pretty scary, but they were all verbal. This is sort of why the police and Child Protective Services couldn't really do anything. Mm-hmm. Many times you would hear him say, like, I'm gonna kill, Judith and myself, and then I'll leave Maria to suffer. Like, he had some serious
mental health
issues, and he really just did not like his wife. This was because he started drinking. He was obviously very disruptive, and then his wife was like, I don't forgive you, despite him actually getting rid of that alcohol abuse, which is understandable. You don't need to forgive someone who treats you like that, but
no.
In his mind, he didn't understand that.
That's why she wasn't forgiving him for the things he was doing.
Yeah.
Buddy, you got a child and a wife and a family. If you can't handle it, leave.
And
leave.
So I
but
guess
that was not the 80s, so
yeah. So I guess she wanted to leave. She actually did talk about divorce. So she had filed a police report December 1986. Mm-hmm. She told the police that he had been threatening her life for the last 5 years, and he was going to kill her. He had choked her before, and he had hit her in the face. But the police found no actual physical evidence of such damages.
Right.
So then the wife eventually declined, and she was like, I'm not going to prosecute. Nearly said the wrong thing there.
We're not going to say it, but we know what
Let's get more morbid. This is a direct quote from Judith, according to a relative. Not according to relatives, according to friends of the family. I'm afraid to go home. My daddy is miserable. My daddy is drunk, and every day I know he wants to kill my mother.
For a 10-year-old to say that, it's not a lie.
Not at all.
Kids lie, but not about things like this. Kids do not lie about things such as my mom's gonna get killed.
Not at all.
Or I'm gonna get killed.
Her mental state is...
like stupid little kids who want attention, but this is not the case.
This is not the case.
This is not the case. It blows my mind. I mean, I remember you telling me like before that the family members and like friends that did actually in this case try to help, and the mother just kept refusing.
Yeah.
Through and through. I feel like she herself...
She could have done something. Just when you hear the stuff that she could have possibly done or refused to do, you would understand what we're trying to say. So Judith's agent actually suggested that, please leave your husband, or if you are really afraid to do that, why don't you talk to a therapist? She did. She sent her child to a therapist, and the therapist obviously hasn't made any public claims because of the confidentiality laws, but she did talk to the agent, and she did say that Judith has extreme verbal, mental, and emotional problems, and she has to report it to child services, which she did. And
okay, good for her.
Good. At least some steps were taken, right? A spokeswoman from child services said that Maria, the mom, said that she had a plan of action that she felt safe with. So she was going to enact something, and so the agency let her carry it out, which the end goal was to separate from her husband. This is her plan of action. She bought a apartment in May. She rented it, actually, in Panorama City. Classic 80s.
Your Panorama City's got neon lights. Actually, do they? Pull it up.
Panorama City.
Is that still a thing? I have a feeling it's probably still a thing. 80s was a long time ago. My God, 2000s was a long time ago. 2000, like 2000, the year 2000 was a long time ago.
Let's see.
I didn't even exist back then. In 2000, 80s, can't even think about it. Do they got neon lights? Shame. They don't have neon lights. Panorama City, get to it.
Get to it, buddies. So her plan was to spend her days there with her daughter and then go back home at night. So there's that barrier level of separation. The agent again kept telling her, like, please separate from your husband. She didn't do it.
Good agent. She's more of like she's more worried about Judith than like her mother is. I'm sure the mom was worried, but
we
like,
wouldn't
she was
ever
taking more
claim
action
to understand it. Like, we wouldn't understand it.
Action.
She must feel threatened to a certain extent, and we would never understand what that is. But I still feel like she could have done something. But that's just my opinion.
Mother. I mean, I'm not gonna. Part of me blames her.
Yeah.
I do blame her. You know what? No, not part of me. I do blame her. She could have done a lot. I know things like that are scary, but you know our moms would definitely go do that.
Our moms would not take shit from anybody.
They wouldn't. They really wouldn't.
Man.
They're really fierce.
Hi, Mom. Watching this? Hey!
Hello! But yeah, no, like, y'all would kill. Like, I know that. If
please don't
do that.
Actually,
but, you know.
Agree to that anywhere online. But mentally, we know.
Yes, we know.
So, again, the agent kept urging for the mom to get rid of her husband and just move past all of that.
Get rid of him.
And then, okay. So June was Judith's birthday. She was like, I want to stay in the neighborhood for her birthday. Understandable. They died in July, so that's kind of...
So June, literally like a month.
A month prior. And then in July, she was like, oh, I don't want to lose my home. All the possessions that she had acquired since her daughter brought in more money.
Miss Ma'am, that's materialistic.
Buddy.
That's a red flag. That's another red flag. This is it. I do not like the mother. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I do not like the mother.
I really think she could have done something.
She could have done a lot more. She could have saved herself and her child
and
her husband. He was twisted,
like
but you know, he needed help.
He needed help.
That whole family needed help.
But the important part was removing herself and her daughter from it, which she didn't.
She failed at that.
So as for what people, there's a detective, her name's Sandra Palmer. She is an LA police detective who actually investigated the killings. She believes that maybe the plan to move out, the plan to get a divorce, or just the fact that his daughter was seeing a psychologist, like maybe he found out about those things, and that's what sort of set him in the path to do a lot of the things that he had talked about doing but never actually planned to do. So apparently they were killed Monday or Tuesday night, and the father actually told the agent that I'm ready to move out of the home for good, but I want to stick around long enough to say goodbye to my little girl.
Say goodbye.
Yeah. So I'm reading off of her death certificate, and it says gunshot wound to the head. This is a double homicide, by the way. He killed his wife, daughter, wife, himself. At least it was fast.
It was fast, but also, I've also heard that it could be right, it could be wrong. But apparently after shooting the two, there are people that say that he actually burnt the house down, and he was in the house while he burnt it down, so he committed suicide. What it gets me to thinking is, did he actually want to kill, like, was that his plan to kill the whole family, commit like a whole family homicide? Or was he just, shot the daughter, shot the wife, because he's been planning on it all along, because he's mentally unstable? And then when that happens, the guilt sets in, and it's like, oh no.
Maybe then he kills himself.
And then he kills himself. Or he kills himself because he doesn't want to face the repercussions. In that case, kind of a little bitch, but hey. He was a little bitch either way, so.
Anyways,
hey.
So this double homicide happened, and you want to hear something sad? You know, her character from The Land Before Time, Ducky's signature line, yep, that's on her gravestone. I have to play this. It's a bit morbid. Just trigger warning.
Buddy, this whole thing was a trigger warning.
Was it?
Yep.
One more time.
That's a child. That's a child that got shot in the head by their own father.
Yeah.
Listen to that and it just gives you the creeps. I mean...
Let's bring morbidity to another level, right? Yeah. I want to watch her movies. Or at least like one of them, because I don't like sharks. I can't watch Jaws.
Pollock's got a movie recommendation. Our plan is to recommend something or the other to watch, because, you know, this is a little media channel, and we'd like you guys to watch something, educate yourself or something or not.
Yep.
But Pollock wants to take it to the morbid level, and she's recommending a movie by Judith. So
it's called Fatal Vision. What's even scarier is that she plays a child who gets murdered by her father. So self-fulfilling prophecy right there.
On a self-fulfilling prophecy. Thank you for joining us on our first ever episode. I don't know how many people are going to watch it, but they're best to be at least our friends. I'm watching you guys back, so...
You've picked your poison.
You have picked
Come
your
back
poison.
for some more poison next week.
Next week is Supernatural, and we'll see you again.